I didn't think boots existed when I was 16. I had seen them on TV, old album covers with glam rockers, and when I was out, but I always thought that they were just fancy shoes. Then I came to London and realised boots did exist. I was always tempted to buy some, but I never had the money. I spent it all on other stuff like alcohol, art supplies and shoes that would break a week later. I had seen and even spoke to people who wore boots. They seemed nice. They were like me, but they looked more stylish and didn't have blisters. I was at a club and at the bar. It was busy and I was being pushed around by a group of giggling girls. They were talking to this guy with a very average face and the women were quite attractive. I was curious why. How could he hold these women's attention? Later I saw him kissing one of them and I was angry. Why was he being kissed and I was just leaving him my coat in my hand? It was then that I saw the silver boots. The silver boots. Those silver boots. My first impression of silver boots was as the ultimate shoe. They glittered in the night. They were the silver boots. The amazing silver boots of the night. I began to wonder and contemplate about these silver boots. Did they have laces? I wondered if they turned gold if you left them in the sun, or if they turned blue when you placed them apart. Do they glitter even when there is no light shining on them? And I wondered, did they have zips? Did they roar with thunder as you did them up? Or I wondered, do they cry when you take them off? I wondered, do they have heels that make you climb above the clouds? I struggled with these questions for a couple of days. I then met my first person with silver boots finally. He was a man, but not the same way I was. He swaggered where I walked and smiled where I frowned and vice versa. His name is not important, but we did become friends. We were like chalk and cheese, but perhaps I exaggerate. Just where he would wear a shirt, I would wear a t-shirt. We became close after several drinking sessions, and one night we were hanging out in his room. We had some Dylan playing because he wanted the world to know how cool he was. And I began to wonder, as Blonde on Blonde played, where his boots were in his room. Were they in his wardrobe? Were they in a bag? Were they under his bed or maybe in his bathroom where he'd left them after a night out? And then he finally left for the bathroom and my eyes darted around his room, finally landing on his wardrobe, almost automatically. I had to see these boots and finally try a pair on to see if I did look good in them. So I moved over to the wardrobe and opened the doors. I saw several pairs of shoes, but my eyes almost instantly glided towards the glitteriness of the silver boots. I unzipped them and awkwardly tried to put them on standing up, but nearly fell over. Realising my mistake, I sat down on the edge of the bed and then tried to slip them on my feet, but they got stuck. They wouldn't fit me. I then heard him coming back. Just as he entered, he saw me, my feet clumsily in his silver boots. I smiled awkwardly, as did he. I took them off my feet and put them in his hand. He placed them in the wardrobe, and we continued as normal. Something was different after that night, though. The next day, determined to get boots that fit me, I went out and brought my own pair of boots. I tried several shops, but eventually settled on Burton's. I looked at their selection. They had several boots, but none of them were silver, which disappointed me. Though I picked a pair, a brown pair. I remember paying at the till and showing my student card and getting a discount, and I realised then that I had a bargain in my hands. I put them on as soon as I left the shop in the street. People looked at me oddly, but I did not care. I had boots. I put my old shoes in the box and I walked in my new boots. I felt awesome. Though when I got back, I saw the silver boots again and again, and even knowing they existed made me realise that I was still not cool. I realised then I was a changed man, and I was someone who wanted silver boots. The man I was before I didn't recognise. I still don't have silver boots. I've been looking for a pair online, but I can't find any. I search, and wherever I get the time. The best place is eBay, they say. I found a few possibles that they're all a bit expensive. One day, maybe baby, I'll have you.